I'm a 2-3 now.
2-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little, but yeah. So South Central, so to you, what is South Central? How far wide does it spread?
Well, that's a great question. Let me pull out my map right now.
Let's put up the resources.
Do. What is South Central? What is South LA? Great questions. Great articles
South
written about
LA.
them. Great conversations to have. I think your page, you guys have definitely provided a space for people to think about that and have a dialogue about what is South Central, what is Sur Centro, what is South LA, what does that mean in terms of culture, what does that mean in terms of political representation, council member representation.
So you think South LA and South Central have a big difference, or is a big difference?
That's a great question. So for me, right, I think South LA, this is just for me, South LA is anything that's south of the 10 between Alameda and I would say like Crenshaw.
Crenshaw.
But even like,
But I feel like Crenshaw
Yeah.
has a heavy name where it stands itself as the Crenshaw area.
you think it's its own district?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
So I mean South LA.
Oh, okay, South LA. I
The way
got
that
you.
we think about North LA, the way that we think about West LA, because
Mm-hmm.
West LA is like West Hollywood, Culver City,
No,
other
yeah.
pockets.
I think I jumped the gun.
Yeah,
Well,
just in
get you.
cardinal directions, north, south, east, west. When I think South LA, I'm thinking everything that's south of the 10. And also historically, because it's informed by redlining and segregation, todo lo que existe de la Washington para acá, all the way to...
I think the 105, because I think the 105 was a big part of
Sí,
that ride.
yeah, y luego de allí sigue como el segundo y van
Yeah.
cambiando las cosas, right? Things start to change. So Crenshaw, I think it's its own district. When you tell me like, oh, I live by the Crenshaw Mall, I'm like, oh, okay, you're in Crenshaw. But to me, it's still associated to South Central. So for me, también, it changes a little bit because when you look at archives and when you look at street names, just in terms of like semantics, right, or and titles, South Central sería technically everything that's from south of the
Downtown area.
downtown area along Central. So it can be everything. ¿A dónde termina la Central? Like,
It goes all the way to Carson for sure.
yeah. But
I
is
know
that
it
South
is.
Central? No,
for
¿verdad?
sure.
But in terms of just like
LA
maps.
Galaxy's not in South, like LA Galaxy
Yeah,
in Carson, not LA.
Exactly.
It's a Galaxy team, not a LA. I mean, it's a Carson team, not an LA team.
Great point.
Exactly. I don't really do sports, but hot take.
That's not a hot take. That's a great take.
Okay, great take.
Good try. LAFC is a South Central team. My bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. I've yet to go to a game. That's on my
what?
to-do list.
You haven't?
You have to
No,
go
not
somewhere.
yet. I will.
There's a good game going on right now. Actually.
know.
They're playing Toluca.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Emily. She's over there right
Yeah,
now.
shout out Emily for sure.
Shout out Emily. Have a great time. South Central. Bueno,
Yeah,
para
sorry.
mí, de lo que es de la Alameda this way y lo que es de la Crenshaw para allá. 10 that way and like the 91 that way.
91?
91?
Yeah, the edge of Gardena. Because Rosecrans.
Bro, Compton is right there. Compton stands alone as Compton.
I know,
now.
and Compton, but I feel
If
like
you go
there's a
back-
sweet spot.
I think if you go back, most people used to reference even Compton. As
Oh,
South
yeah,
Central.
for sure.
Yeah,
Kinda like
and you
the
have
whole
Willowbrook, like
NWA.
the entire pocket where MLK, the hospital, is at.
Yeah.
MLK and that sweet spot between like Linwood and Watt. To me, that's still a little bit of South Central. So South Central to me is defined by those specific lines. South LA is the bigger picture of lo que existe para acá. When it comes to South Central as a culture, ahí es donde vamos cortando las cosas because South Central is very complex and very diverse. It's got a history, it's got infrastructure, it's got resources and lack thereof of resources that informs everything. And even like housing styles, even the population and demographics, todo South Central tiene su propia identidad. But what I really enjoy the most of it también is that you ask somebody like, oh, where are you from? And they're like, South Central. And
Now, right? I think there used to be an era back then where
Yeah.
it was kind of people would avoid saying where they're from
Correct.
South Central. So I think that pride's coming back. And I feel like a lot of these pockets that we don't consider South Central is because they were kind of trying to separate away from South Central back in the time where there was
Yeah.
kind of, I guess, maybe shame still to be representing
Yeah,
South Central
yeah.
as opposed to now that's flipped. So now more people want to claim South Central.
Yeah.
But in general, I think if we look back historically, South Central was bigger than just like the streets.
Yeah, well, get this. South Central, the city of LA, used to only exist up until Slauson. So Slauson today, and this maybe taps into a little bit of like this history archives. Slauson and Central, donde está la North Gate y donde está Little Caesars and all of that. Remember back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember, but a few years ago.